Welcome back, 4th grade. To represent 100th decimals on a number line today. Did 10th decimals yesterday. 100th decimals today. So find that page, turn to the next one, give yourself a new title in your math notebook, and when you are done, close it up and listen with me. Alright, so as I said, yesterday we did 10th decimals like this. And we took our number line. I saved myself some time today by having the number lines already on there that I found. And we went from 0 to 1 and did our partitions for each of our tenths. And then so 4/10 was right there on the number line. That's what we did yesterday. So what if I extend that decimal a little bit and say instead of 4/10, what if I say 43/100ths on a number line? So now I'm out to the hundredths place. I've got a tenths place and I've got a hundredths place. So what I'm going to have to do if I go to the hundredths place, I'm going to have to go to 4/10. And so 4/10, I could write that equivalently as 40/100ths. They're really the same decimal. So you could think of all these being partitioned into hundredths: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 30, 40. And I need to go a little past 40/100ths to 43/100ths. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to partition, this whole thing's already partitioned into tenths. There's no way in the world I'm going to partition this entire number line into hundredths. I don't have that kind of time. So what do I know? 43/100ths is more than 4/10, but it's less than 5/10. So I only have to look in this part of the number line. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to partition that section into hundredths. So this is 40/100ths, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And so now I've got this partition into hundredths, and I can just find 43/100ths there. So this is 40/100ths. This first one would be 41. I don't have room to write it there. The next one would be 42/100ths. The next one would be 43/100ths, and so on and so forth. So 43/100ths is 4/10 and 1, 2, 3/100ths. So I think about 4/10, so I go to the 4/10, and then I go another 3/100ths. 1, 2, 3. So 43/100ths is right there. All right. Let me do one more that doesn't have any tenths. Those are our ones that get us in trouble. This kind of decimal where there's no tenths, but there are hundredths. Those are the ones that I'm always telling you, look out. Those tend to cause us problems, and we tend to put them in the wrong place. So if I want to put 3/100ths on the number line, it's tempting to just go here. Boom. Done. But that's 3/10. That's this or this, not 3/100ths. So let me erase that. So again, just like the last one, I'm going to write, this is my tenths, and this is my hundredths. And so I've got to go to 0/10 first. Oh, let me erase this wrong one. Hang on. That'll help. All right, so I've got to go to 0/10 first. That's 0. So there's no tenths, and then I've got to add on 300ths. So I'm going to be in here for 300ths. So I'm going to partition this. No hundredths, 1/100th, 200ths, 300ths, 400ths, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1/10, or so that is either 1/10, or I can think of it as 10/100ths, which is 10/100ths like that. So that's all the same thing there. 4 different things. So once I get there, I'd have something in the tenths place. So to find my number I'm looking for, I go to 0/10 and then over 300ths. 1, 2, 3. So it's right there. That is 3/100ths right there. All right, let's do 2 together. We'll do one like that, and we'll do one that has tenths in it as well. So we're going to do this one, 85 hundredths on a number line. So you're going to need to draw your number line from 0 to 1. If you need to pause to do that, go ahead. And I'm going to analyze this as the tenths place has 8, and the hundredths place has 5. So I'm going to go over to 8 tenths and another 5 hundredths. So I'm just going to partition this section into 100ths now. So that's 81 hundredths, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90 hundredths. So this is 80 hundredths, and this is 90 hundredths. And now I'm ready to mark it. So I'm going to go to 8 tenths and then to 5 hundredths. And that's 80 hundredths, 81 hundredths, 82 hundredths, 83 hundredths, 84 hundredths, 85 hundredths right there. It's more than 8 tenths. It's less than 9 tenths. It's more than 80 hundredths, but it's less than 90 hundredths. All right, let's do one of the ones that tends to get us. And one more example. Let's represent 8 hundredths on the number line. So this is, again, these are the ones that get us, because we confuse these two things. Is that 8 tenths or is that 8 hundredths? Am I talking about this or am I talking about this? Those are where we get ourselves into trouble, where I've got this. Really what I'm doing here, I'm talking about this, not this 8 tenths. So 8 hundredths has no tenths and 8 hundredths. No tenths and 8 hundredths. So I'm not even going to go over to 1/10. You know, this is 1/10, which is 10 100ths. I'm not even going to go that far. So I've got to partition my very first section because I'm not even going to get to 10 hundredths. 100th, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 100ths. And so I'm going to go over to 0 tenths here, and then over 8 hundredths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This right there. That is 8 hundredths, not to be confused with 8 tenths, very different number, much greater value. That's 8 hundredths. All right? So hopefully that makes a lot of sense to you after those 4 examples. If not, please go back and watch the first 4 examples again. This is a pretty short recording. If you feel like you've got the hang of this and you could represent a decimal out to the hundredth on a number line, then you're all set, and we'll practice tomorrow.